From week 2. It's really exciting. I'm also watching UFC Marab versus Sugar Sean O'Malley. So I'll tune you in on that as well. But I just wanted to go over, first of all, some big injuries for week 1. I wonder what they're going to do with Jordan Love. Has he been officially ruled out yet? Probably not. I don't know what the Packers are doing. Pretty crazy that they're even debating whether or not he's going to play or not. He's still doubtful. He still has not been ruled out yet, guys. It's unbelievable. Just say that he's out. I don't understand. Russell Wilson has also been questionable all week. It looks like he will not be starting in that game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Rob's making the walk right now. Yeah, it says Russell Wilson is likely out. Justin Fields is going to helm the quarterback position for the Pittsburgh Steelers tomorrow. They got a big game, another big game. That's probably a very winnable game on the road versus Denver. That's going to be a really fun game to watch. I don't think Bo Nix and that offensive line is going to be able to handle TJ Watt and company, right? TJ Watt is just so unbelievably talented. That defense is just super epic. ESPN has them 58% chance to win next week. I think it's probably more like 65 or 70%. I think you're getting pretty good odds on the Steelers, right? The money line's coming in at minus 140 right now, guys. I think minus 140 is a great bet for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like, how does their offensive line stop the Steelers? I just don't see any way, shape, or form that over under 4 sacks for the Pittsburgh Steelers game. What are you guys thinking? I think it's going to be the over probably for sure. But yeah, Larry Ogunjobi, Benton Hayward, TJ Watt, Patrick Queen, Elandon Roberts, Alex Highsmith, Minka Fitzpatrick, Joey Porter Jr., super talented bunch, man. Very, very impressive D-line, front 7 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Isaac Seumalo, the left guard, he's out again. So we got to, take that into consideration. But Justin Fields was okay last week. He didn't light the world on fire, but he pretty much took care of the football, 17 for 23. You take that all day long from Justin Fields. 17 for 23, 73% of his passes, 156 yards, no touchdowns, but no interceptions. 91 rating. Pretty good performance from Justin Fields, right? If he goes out there and performs again like this and Pittsburgh gets a big win on the road, I don't know if we ever see Russell Wilson. I don't know if we see Russell Wilson. Let me know in the comments below. What are some of your favorite games for week 1, guys? If you have any questions about games, any bets, I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. I got a bunch of bets for the games this week. We had a really good week last week, so if you're interested, my memberships are open where I give out all my bets. We did really, really well. Yo, Ray Finkel. Finkel and Einhorn. Finkel and Einhorn. I mean, I haven't watched that movie in a really long time. P.S. Kidnapping Dan Marino is like my favorite thing I've ever seen. But yeah, I'm really excited for this week of games, guys. I got some super solid bets, man. I think we could get some serious cash. I got a 3-leg parlay on this fight. I got Valentina right. I got Diego Lopez right. Sugar Sean O'Malley comes in for us. I'll cap that. I'm hoping Sugar Sean comes out and gets the dub. And if he doesn't, he gets a little bit of humble pie. I just think Justin Fields has more upside right now, right? Go Birds! Go Birds! I just think Justin Fields has more upside. How old is Justin Fields? He's super young. What's he still, only like 25 or 26? Yeah, he's only 25. How old is Russell Wilson? 35? He'll be 36 in November, guys. He'll be 36 in November. And if they could get Justin Fields to play pretty good quarterback and not turn the ball over, if he completes 70% of his passes and doesn't turn the ball over, it's like, that's a solid winning recipe for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hand the ball off. I think Najee Harris has a big game this week. So if you're into daily fantasy or props, Najee Harris, I think he gets it. I think he's got some serious juice this week. But yeah, I mean, Justin Fields completing 70% of his passes. I mean, the Falcons don't have the best defense in the world, but it's still pretty impressive. When you're looking at all these other quarterbacks, like Caleb was like 48%, all the rookies did not do good. The Eagles did win. What do you mean? The Birds got a big W. They got the Falcons on Monday Night Football. Yeah, George Pickens is so good at football. He's unbelievable. He's so unbelievably talented. He's super talented, guys. Yo, George Pickens is one of my favorite players in the NFL. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean they had the Chiefs on their heels, man, and let it slip away. Patrick Mahomes. No lead is safe against Patrick Mahomes, guys. That is for sure. What other injuries are there? Puka Nakua's on IR. T. Higgins is out again. Dallas' tight end Jake Ferguson, he's out. David Njoku, Cleveland's tight end, he's out IR. Derrick Brown, the captain of the Panthers defense. And one of the best players from the defensive line in football, Derrick Brown for the Carolina Panthers, done for the year. Jonah Williams, the Arizona Cardinals starting right tackle, he's done for the year too. So some big injuries already. Rome Odunze and Keenan Allen are both questionable for the game. I haven't seen any reports yet whether or not they're going to play. That's probably going to be a game time decision that will come out early tomorrow. Let's see. Check out the Bears and see if and since they don't play till Sunday night, they might be a little bit later. Yeah, Keenan Allen and Odunze are both still questionable. So we'll have to keep our eyes on that. Cleveland Browns got a lot of injuries too. Left tackle Jedrick Wills Jr., he looks like he's out. Myles Garrett, Dalvin Tomlinson, and Zadarius Smith were all questionable for the Cleveland Browns, guys. So let's see if any of these guys are in or they've been ruled out. Njoku's out. Jedrick Willis, the starting left tackle's out. Jake Conklin. Oops, sorry guys, I lost you for a second. My internet just crashed out. You guys, am I back? Can you hear me? Let me know if you could hear me in the chat, guys. Just want to make sure I'm back. I had a little disconnection action here. The Marab started. Let's check out this Denver Broncos depth chart and see what this injury situation's looking like. Denver's got an uphill battle going up against one of the tougher defenses in the Steelers this week. Let's check out the depth chart, guys. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I'm going to put out predictions every single week. Yeah, it's a shame what happened to Tua, man. Super scary. Super scary, man. Yeah, the Steelers, that defense is pretty good. They could get a quarterback. They could be tough to beat, man. Tough to beat. It looks like all of the people on the questionable list for Denver are active. I don't see anyone that's been ruled out except Devon Valet, the number 3 wide receiver. Yeah, the Steelers are good, man. Pretty solid, pretty solid. Let me know in the comments below, guys, what are some of your favorite games? And if you have any questions about who I think is going to win, let me know in the comments below. I would love to answer any of your questions about the game. I'm going to go over some of my bets for you guys. I got a 3-leg parlay. I got the Texans, the Ravens, and the Chiefs. I think that's a solid parlay, guys. What else do I got? I got a Niners, Jaguars, Chargers parlay. Got a lot of 3-leg parlays this week. I usually don't do too many of those, but the juice just seemed pretty good. And then I got a 5-team parlay. Bills cashed on that one. Saints, Titans, Buccaneers, Steelers. Only a $2 bet, but the $2 bet wins $174. Bills, Saints, Titans, Buccaneers, Steelers. $2 bet, almost $200, guys. I already got one leg cash with the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, I mean, I do like that. I mean, I think the Chiefs should win that game. I'm just getting, like, weird vibes about it. So, like, because I have a lot of bets on the Chiefs. Now I'm like, oh, did I go too crazy on the Chiefs? Okay, so the $2 bet. Actually, I only bet $1.40 on this bet. It was the Buffalo Bills. I already cashed that one. The Saints, Titans, Tampa Bay, and the Steelers. $1.40 to win $174. I'm in California, so I got to use Bovada. All right. The main event is about to get started for the UFC, guys. Sean O'Malley's already starting with the pressure. Yeah, it's a parlay. 5-leg parlay. Yeah, the Jets are on the road, though, man. So I'm always a little weary about betting, you know, unless it's like a huge, like the Chargers playing the crappy Panthers when their best D lineman got hurt. I don't really love betting teams on the road if I don't have to, but the Chargers should win that game. The Jets game's going to be close. But I think the Jets should win. That defense is pretty good. I don't know. I thought he looked pretty good. He made some really good passes, man. But the team, a lot of drop balls, fumbles, turnovers. You know, the Jets still got a pretty good D-line, and Will Levis looked terrible. He looked really, really bad, especially in that second half against the Bears. He looked really, really bad. I mean, he's going to get like 20 targets again with Puka Nacua out. I'm going like, he's probably going to have 10 catches. Woo, 65-1. That's some cash money, bro. That's some cash money. I like that bet. All right, so I did some teasers too, guys. I really like teasers, especially like I got the Buffalo Bills in 15.5 points. I got the Colts in 10.5. I got the 49ers in 8, and then the Chiefs in 8.5. $10 bet to win $8. You know, like I usually start out the season like really slow with my bets, just $5 and $10 bets, and I like goes along. Yeah, actually, Gardner Minshew didn't play horrible last week. Like, if you look at Gardner Minshew's stats, like, they're not too bad. Yeah, I mean, their offensive line is still a huge work. Brand new coaching staff, new head coach, new defensive coordinator, new offensive line coach. It's going to take a few years to like get the juices rolling for the Titans, guys. It's going to take some time. Oh man, 100%, 100%, 100%. The wedding one's even better. Yeah, she's a dime, bro. She's a dime. She's a dime. She's an absolute dime. I like the Colts bet too, guys. It doesn't look like Jordan Love's playing. Double thumbs up for that one, bro. Yeah, Marab's got Sean O'Malley down on the ground a little bit. Sean's trying to work to his feet. But I got the Colts money line. I got them at minus 160. They're down to minus 140 now. The Colts are in play, dude. I just can't see any way that Jordan Love's going to play. The Packers would be so dumb to play him. They would be so dumb. What other bets we got? I got another parlay, just a 2-team parlay. I got the Chiefs and the Ravens. I'm going hard on the Chiefs this week, guys. Like my thought process behind this is no T. Higgins. Joe Burrow is still not 100% healthy. They played a tough game and got their butts kicked by the Patriots. at home, and then they lost on the and they you know what I mean. They lost big at home. They lost big at home, and then the Chiefs have extra time. The Chiefs haven't played since last Thursday, so it's like they get all that extra time to game plan, giving Andy Reid extra time to game plan against them. It's just like if the Chiefs lay an egg on this one, home opener after winning this, actually no, they played at home last week, but back-to-back home games, they don't have to travel. It's like everything is pointing in their favor, right? So I mean, it seems like easy money to me, but you never know in the NFL any given Sunday, right? Yeah, I think the Raiders offense is going to be a work in progress this year. Dude, Brock Bowers is going to be the truth, I'm telling you. Brock Bowers is going to be so good. He's so good. They need a quarterback, man. If I were the Raiders, I would have just rolled with Aiden O'Connell and just see what he's got for at least the first 4 or 5 weeks. He's a young guy. He didn't play bad last year, you know what I mean? I would have rolled with Aiden O'Connell. Unless Gardner Minshew just completely outperformed him in camp. Yeah, agreed about Madison. What other bets do I got cooking? I got a 3-team parlay: Jets, Colts, and Steelers. I'm going hard on the Steelers and the Chiefs this week, guys. I think their team's the target. And I like the Colts too, man. They played really well against Houston last week, really, really in that game. And that defense, I'm worried about their run defense a little bit, and Josh Jacobs just running all over them, but like that's my only concern about the Colts game. But I think they should win. Yeah, money's actually coming in on the Packers. Like, I don't understand why. If Jordan Love plays in that game with an MCL sprain, the Packers are unbelievably dumb. I got a money line bet with the Jaguars at home, $5 bet. And then I got a big $5 parlay. Bunch of favorites. I got the Texans, Chiefs, Jags, Colts, Commanders, and Rams. Nice, man. Pick six. That's solid. Solid pick six, boy. Taking one to the house is always fun, man. And then I got a Jaguars, Colts. I'm definitely a little overexposed to the Colts. I got to see if I could. Definitely a little overexposed to the Colts this week. I don't know if I have a position where I could stuff. But yeah, I'm definitely a little overexposed to the Colts, but I mean, there aren't a ton of upsets that I like this week. I mean, I guess the Packers are in play. The Browns are really banged up. I mean, the Vikings at home, San Francisco's got to fly to Minnesota. That's always going to be tough. I do like the Buccaneers, man. I think that Buccaneers-Lions game is going to be way closer than people think. The Buccaneers are getting 8 points. That's a great game to do a teaser with. You could tease that up to 20 points the Buccaneers getting. I like the Rams at +1. They're considered underdogs. The Rams defense is just not very good, and I think Stafford's going to keep the game competitive. Yeah, I think Stafford keeps the game competitive for sure. I think it's going to be pretty close, that 49ers-Vikings game. I really do. Vikings play pretty good at home. They're very well coached, but Jordan Addison's not playing, so that makes me like the 49ers even more. Yeah, him not playing is huge because TJ Hawkinson's already hurt. Justin Jefferson, but not a ton of depth behind that. So, and then Sam Darnold is still Sam Darnold, you know what I mean? He's not like a world beater by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, Bosa's a sack monster, man. He's such a freak. He's just like an absolute freak of like, he's just like a human freak. Dude's unbelievably, he's just a monster. Marab is dominating Sean O'Malley right now on top position. Solid fight. All right, you guys like got any good bet ideas that you think for this week? What do you guys you got any underdogs you think could win this week? Yeah, but their backup running back had such a great game. So I'm not worried about. That dude ran all over the Jets, man, all day long. Just straight ran all over them. No, I mean, there's a lot of big lines this week. I just really like the Cowboys defense, man. The Cowboys haven't lost a home game in 2 years. So, like, you think the Vikings are going to be the ones to break that streak for the Cowboys? 16-0 in their last 16 home games, and Sam Darnold's going to beat them? I don't know, man. I find that hard to believe. I don't see it. I don't see it. And the Saints' offensive line is not very good. So, man, Sean O'Malley's getting worked right now. Yeah, I know. Whenever I look at the odds and I'm like, oh, these should be all easy games, it makes me nervous, right? Especially early in the season. But I watched a lot of tape this week. I watched every game twice. Actually, the Patriots are an interesting underdog. Seattle's a little banged up. So the Patriots at home with 3 points, that's an interesting game to me, underdog-wise. Yeah, the Seahawks offensive line is so bad. They're awful. They're absolutely horrible. They have like the worst offensive line in football. Geno Smith was running for his life the entire game. Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts with Buffalo. But then if you look at that defense, like if Josh Allen can shred them with those wide receivers, Stafford is just a surgeon, man, with the football. The Cardinals' secondary is terrible. And you got to remember that the Cardinals' starting right tackle out of this game. And the Rams have a pretty good young D-line. A lot of like Kobe Turner, a lot of really young guys that have a lot of talent. They drafted the guys from Florida State or whatever. They got a lot of young juice. So, you got to take that into consideration when you're talking about the Cardinals. I know. I saw Kenneth Williams is out, right? Yikes. Yeah, I do. I'm putting a $5 bet on the Patriots right now. I'm doing it. Their bet's in. Just did a Patriots money line at plus 140. I like them getting points too. Let's build a little parlay right now. I'm going to build a teaser with you guys. Tampa Bay, New England, some of these big lines. I think if San Francisco loses, they're not going to get blown out. What other lines are big? Saints line is big, but that defense scares me. All right, so I'm building a little teaser action. I got Tampa Bay. I got the Patriots. I'm going to tease it up like 13 points. Let's go Steelers, Texans. Let's see what this teaser looks like. And then if I tease it up, I could do the sweetheart teaser, 13 points. to get minus 140. That's pretty good. I live in LA, man. It's always sunny here. But it's nighttime, obviously. But it's beautiful. It's like 59 degrees outside. All right, so I got the Steelers in 10.5, Texans in 6.5, Patriots in 16, and Buccaneers in 21. $5 bet. Boom, it's in. It's early. It's so early with week one. You know, only one game so far. But, I mean, Derek Carr had a monster first game. But, I mean, the quarterback play across the league in week one wasn't particularly awesome. Nobody really lit it up. I mean, Josh Allen is an absolute dog. He's really impressive. Patrick Mahomes played really well. But the quarterback play generally across the NFL in week one was not awesome. So, nobody's really, like, super impressed me just yet. You know, looking at all these names, I mean, Sam Darnold played pretty good. I mean, Justin Fields didn't play bad. But C.J. Stroud always comes to the top of the list, and Anthony Richardson. Yeah, C.J. Stroud's a dog. He's one of my favorite players to watch, man. He's so good. He's unbelievably talented. I just love watching C.J. Stroud play. He's so good on third down. He's just unbelievably talented at the quarterback position. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He doesn't make bad throws and horrible decisions. He's one of my favorite players. Don't forget, guys, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for me. Trying to get closer and closer to 9K. We're almost there, man. Yeah, I do like Jaden Daniels, man. I wish he would throw the ball a little more. He ran the ball a lot in week one. So, against the Giants secondary, he should have a little more time to like set his feet in the pocket and make some throws from the pocket. I think the Vikings have a chance. It's always tough to play in Minnesota. I think Baker or Purdy. I like Baker just because the Lions secondary is not very good. They're probably going to be playing from behind, so Baker's going to have to throw the ball a lot in that game. I think everybody's 10 times better than Daniel Jones. He played pretty good. I mean, he ran the ball way too much. He's got to make some more throws in the pocket to some of his wide receivers. Isaiah likely had that monster game, but he didn't utilize the wide receivers that much. He kind of relied too heavily on Zay Flowers from like a target perspective. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many times have they played there, you know? And the Vikings were a lot better than they are now. They have Sam Darnold at quarterback. No Jordan Addison. You know, they're going to... Yeah, Baker looked great. So... Yeah, Baker's... He's got some juice going this year, man. Definitely got some... They got that new rookie wide receiver, Jalen McMillan. I think he went to Washington. He's really talented, too. Yeah, I'm really excited. Yeah, they just look so dominant, man. And the Jets' defense is very, very talented, and they just ran the ball down their throats. They were efficient with the football, and they would have won by even more if Brandon Ayuk didn't drop that touchdown pass. You know what I mean? So it's like the 49ers are going to be tough to beat. Really tough to beat. A lot of 10 o'clock games tomorrow, guys. Goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games on at 1 o'clock East Coast time. That's crazy. Malik Willis is not very good, and every opportunity he's gotten in the NFL, he hasn't really performed. But the Packers have a bunch of really good young wide receivers, so... Probably. I mean, C.J. Stroud's a, top 5 guy quarterback-wise in the NFL, in my opinion, so. Yeah, I mean, they got a playoff win last year, They're pretty much bringing back the same team from last year, the Buccaneers are, so they're going to be competitive. I like Pickens, man. I think Pickens is going to be the focal point of that offense every week for George Pickens, man. That's just my opinion. And the Buccaneers have a good defense. I don't know. They still have him listed as doubtful on the injury report, so yeah, I mean, I think the Chargers just run the ball down Carolina's throat. Derek Brown, their best defensive lineman, captain of the defense, is done for the year. So they're even worse now. I don't know. He's riding the bench in Philly, man. Yeah, I mean, Kenny Pickett didn't look great last year for sure. I mean, their offensive line wasn't very good, but yeah, but really good wide receivers can make mediocre quarterbacks look efficient, right? But in the NFL, it's all about throwing accurate, throwing on time. You know, if you could throw the ball in a window, wide receivers can make, bad throws turn into catches, right? But if you're like Caleb Williams last week, who's throwing the ball in the dirt, throwing the ball high, it's like, yeah, college football is crazy, man. College football never makes sense to me. There's always these crazy high scores, and you get these big programs paying these little programs to go in and like kick their butts. It's crazy. I've never been a big college football guy. Never been a huge college football guy. Yeah, I mean they were dominating. What was it, 17-3 going into halftime? And then the defense and special teams really stepped up for the Bears and saved Caleb Williams' butt because he was not good, straight up. Caleb Williams was not very good. I can't believe they lost that game. What was it, like a block punt, a couple interceptions? Yeah, Will Levis did not look good. I don't think they get demolished. I don't think the Saints get demolished. It all depends, right? Because we got to remember that right tackle Ryan Ramczyk for the Saints is done for the year, right? So they got, the B squad on the offensive line. And remember, Mike Zimmer is now the defensive coordinator of the Cowboys. He's like a defensive genius. So it's going to be tough it's going to be a world of a difference playing the Panthers defense. I agree. I'm not a big Derek Carr guy at all. I think he's cheeks. It's going to be a world of a difference going against that Panthers defense than going against the Cowboys defense. It's going to be a totally different world. Yeah, I was watching Colin Cowherd's show the other day, and they said that from all the passes in preseason and game one, he's only completed like 45% of all of his passes. That's not going to get it done in the NFL, man. It's not. It's not going to get it done. Definitely not going to get it done. Yeah, I like the Texans too, man. Yeah, I think the Texans dominate that game. I don't know. That Cardinals game is going to be close because the Rams' offensive line is super banged up. Super banged up. Puka Nacua is obviously hurt too. He's not playing. So it's going to be close. Can Stafford light up that terrible defense? We'll have to see. Yeah, I mean, the 49ers are so good everywhere, man. And once Dre Greenlaw comes back, the linebacker who got hurt in the playoffs last year, they're going to be even harder to beat. Here's a nice bet. Steelers at the Texans. And the Texans. Two-team parlay plays plus 149. I don't hate that. What about Houston and the Ravens? Is that even money? Close. Yeah, the 49ers and the Lions look like the cream of the crop in the NFC right now. But you gotta remember, man, injuries happen. So we'll have to see. Yeah, the Cowboys, the Eagles will be in that mix. Probably the Packers once Jordan Love's healthy. And the Rams too. If everybody's healthy for the Rams, they're super squad. So I do like that Patriots game. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think the Patriots have a serious chance to win. Seattle's banged up. I want to take a look at their depth chart again. Let's go to Seattle. Check out that depth chart. Well, the Patriots are underdogs right now. I'm just really concerned about the Seahawks offensive line. It's really, really bad. That offensive line is terrible. Yeah, Kenneth Walker's out. George Fant, the starting right tackle, is doubtful. Their weak side linebacker, Nwosu, he's out. Inside, the right and left inside linebacker, Dodson and Baker, are both questionable. Yeah, the New England's interesting to me. The more I look at that New England game, maybe let's do a Chargers. I want to do like a little bit bigger of a parlay action. 49ers, maybe no, maybe not the 49ers. What's about the Chargers and New England? Let's see what that looks like. Chargers. Yeah, I like the Seahawks in a few years from now. That offensive line needs to be like completely flushed down the toilet and like redone. Maybe. Maybe. It's all going to depend. Is Joe Burrow healthy and playing at an elite level and they still lose? Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, right? Yeah, Texans, Chargers, Patriots parlay. $5 to win $18. I like that. It's the $10 bet there. Yeah, I'm going to put a five bagger on there. Yeah, I mean, Rakeem, I 100% agree. I really underestimated last week just how much Joe Mixon meant to that team. Joe Mixon is a stud, man. It was his hand though. The tendon injury's in his hand, right? So we gotta keep an eye on that hand. I don't. Yeah, I was gonna say in that 3 to 5 range, 3, 4, 5. That's like what I. Yeah, I don't. I can't see them winning more than 5 games. The Panthers. Yeah, the Kirk Cousins has a shot to play better because the Eagles' secondary is not very good. So, if there's any team to get right against, the Eagles' secondary is not great. So, they got a shot. Yeah, I think in Survivor, picking against the Panthers every week is not a bad strategy. Yeah, the sportsbook I'm at, the Buccaneers are up to +8. I hope so, Will. I hope so. Yeah, Blankership looked really good last week, so. But their linebackers are still just okay. I mean, if you look, the Packers still had like 400 yards of total offense. They didn't do a good job with the run at all last week, so. Yo, Saquon is a beast. Yeah, Josh Jacobs is tough, man. That's the only thing that concerns me about the Colts winning that game is if Josh Jacobs just runs the ball down their throat. Yeah, I mean, they should beat the Packers without Jordan Love. If you can't beat the Packers without Malik Willis, and they lost by only a couple points to a very good Houston team last week. Anthony Richardson's very, very talented. I like Shane Steichen, their head coach, too. Yeah, I mean, he's got an MCL sprain, so, I mean, that's pretty serious. MCL sprains are, like, no joke. Yeah, I like Adonai Mitchell, too. He's a young wide receiver for the Colts, and Pierce is really good, too. The Colts are going to be tough to deal with, man. Oh, Cinderella, I 100% agree with that. Yeah, me too, man. I dealt with concussions from football too, man. I can totally relate. Yeah, I mean, my concussions led to like serious brain injuries, man. And they're gonna do scans. He's gonna go into MRI and see what the MRI says. You know what I mean? They found like scars on my brain, so like that's why I had to like stop doing everything. I had to stop boxing. I had to stop doing everything contact. Yeah, I mean, I like the Jaguars in that game. Cleveland's banged up. Yeah, man, it's like football's no joke. Like I started having like concussion related symptoms. I started like falling down. I started like passing out. And I eventually had like a grand mal seizure and they couldn't figure out why. And then when they did the test, they found like scars on my brain. And like they pretty much said it's probably from football. I could have been born with it and then football just made it worse. But, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, Deshaun Watson sucks. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, you know, and I'm a smaller guy too, so I was like kind of like a pistol. I played like safety and corner, so I always was like one of those bomber guys, you know, bombing at people's legs. And, you know, and I returned kicks too, man. Returning kicks. That's when I suffered most of my big time concussions was on kickoffs for sure. I got blown up so many times on kickoffs, man, I can't even count. I mean, yeah, I mean, since he got paid $240 million of guaranteed money, yeah, the Giants are trash. No way, man. Is he just a freak of nature? He's big too, right? Like 6'5". He just looks like an absolute animal, man. Yeah, running scout team, dude, you're a dog. Because I know scout teams get the shit kicked out of them. That's awesome, though. Getting to see a guy like that go to work every day must have been super cool. Phew. He knocks the sunshine out of people, that's for sure. Yeah, he put on some size. Damn, really? In college, you couldn't bench 225? It's crazy how some guys like have a glow up and they get huge. Dude, my senior year, I used to do 225 for 5, and I'm like a buck 65. That's crazy. He's got long arms too. Guys with long arms always suck at benching. I mean, it's a foot race between the Giants and the Panthers, right? You know, they're probably going to be the two worst teams in the NFL, right? Panthers, Giants. I could see maybe the Raiders with the wheels falling off, possibly. Denver will be up there too, but they took Bo Nix. Yeah, I don't know how New England's going to fare. They could, their defense could win them 6 or 7 games. Yeah, I think the Giants, Commanders, they're not going to win a lot of games. Panthers. They're like the worst teams that I see so far. Obviously, injuries are going to have a big part of that, right? That's crazy, man. That's so cool you got to play with those guys, man. That's awesome. Yeah, we'll see. If you look at Aaron Rodgers over his career, a lot of his Packers teams started out really slow, and then the second half of the year, they really, really turn up the juice. So we'll have to see if Rodgers can figure it out. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm jealous. That's so cool. I don't really think that many. I would say less than 5 or 6, probably. Yeah, and you understand the game, right? Like when you watch film, people that played the game, you just look at it a little bit different than other people. I like Breece Hall. He had a terrible first week, but he'll be fine. He's got too much talent. He's got to stop the fumbles, though. I mean, that would be crazy if Brady went to Miami. That would be crazy. I think the first call is probably going to be Tannehill, though. Yeah, Garrett Wilson, he's a super talented guy. Breece Hall is going to be okay. They just got to stop with the drops. Big drops on third downs, the penalties. You can tell they didn't practice a lot in preseason together. You could see it. Well, that's what. Yeah, I mean, it really surprised me how effective the 49ers were running the ball against the Jets' defensive line. I was surprised by that. I think pretty much everyone that watches football regularly was surprised that I thought the 49ers were going to win, but they dominated from whistle to whistle. Yo, he's losing 800 grand a game. It's just getting stupid at this point. Just play for the Jets for 1 year and sign with someone else next year. 800 grand a game you're losing? Now you're just being an idiot, in my opinion. He's getting old, too, dude. He's older. Like, if I'm Joe Douglas, I'm not dropping the bankroll on Hassan Reddick. I'm not doing it. He's like pushing 30. I mean, unless he wants to sign like a 3-year deal or something. But if he wants a 5-year deal with a bunch of guaranteed money, there's no way I'm doing that. Yeah, Dobbins got resurrected from the dead by Harbaugh, so they look good, but they're so one-dimensional, man. Like, if a team can stop the run versus the Chargers, they're really, really going to struggle. Let me check the Eagles' schedule. Looks like they got the Saints. They got the Saints in New Orleans. That's going to be a tough game. I don't think so. But Tepper doesn't know anything about football. He should just worry about investing. But when you hire a new head coach, man, you got to give him at least 3 years, in my opinion. At least 3 years. Yeah, I like NTN too. Yeah, he's a dog. He had that big fumble last week, though. Yeah, I don't know. There's a bunch of new guys. I like Callahan from the Titans. The Seahawks have a little bit better of a roster. I don't think the Commanders' new head. He's like they're gonna. That's gonna take some time there. Yeah, it seems about right. The over. Yeah, the D line for the Titans look really good, and they got Snead from the Chiefs and Awuzie from the Bengals. They'll be all right defensively. Yeah, Caleb Williams was horrible, but a lot of that was like self-inflicted, man. He's throwing across his body. He's throwing without setting his feet. Stuff that like you learn in high school. You know what I mean? Like you're not the best player on the field anymore, Caleb Williams. You're not. He's got to learn to throw on time, throw within structure, throw in windows, and get rid of the football on account. Yeah, that Vikings-Niners game will be fun, man. Yeah, Devondre, that D-line for the Titans looked really, really good. It'll be interesting to see how that Aaron Rodgers deals with that. But he's always been pretty good at like getting the ball out fast. And especially because he's a little bit older now, they're probably going to want to get the ball out fast. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to go live right before the games tomorrow, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm going to go live like an hour before kickoff tomorrow morning. So we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in to the live stream. We appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.